All right. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. My name is Melanie Shipps. I'm out of Indianapolis, Indiana. And I am coming to you with probably the fullest heart I have had in a very long time. I still have emotion when I speak. Coming off that Cabo trip was truly a very humbling experience. I've never been more excited about this company, more excited about this team that we're on together, and more excited to partner with Jen and Ken on this venture. And for those of you guys that were on the Cabo trip, I would love for you to drop in the chat if you were, where you're from, and just one thing that really spoke to you while you were on that trip. We had a team call last night where all of us that were on that trip got to speak about one thing in particular that moved us, maybe we took away as a memory. And I have to tell you, that call was just emotionally packed and extremely, extremely inspiring. And one of the things that I took away from that trip that I want to bring to you guys this morning is that all of this is available to you, whether you have started in this business today. Maybe you have a sponsor that enrolled you this week and is so passionate about what we have here and has, plugged you into these power hours. I would love to invite you and welcome you here on a weekly basis. We do have incredible leaders that are leading these calls in the mornings, early like this at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do have them in the afternoons for those of you that do not have mornings that you can accommodate to do things like this. And we also have them in the evenings for those of you that might work full time or you're on different time zones. And so that's the first thing I love to do is open up these calls just to make sure that you're aware of all the resources that are available to you. I'm not sure. I think a lot of us are on the dream team, but I think overall with Savvy, there are power hours for everyone. I know that Kim and Tom Challen have been extremely, extremely gracious and giving and abundant in their leadership, which we could all see on that trip. I'm still coming off of that, still trying to catch up on my rest, still trying to get my voice back. But the hugs that I shared with these women, you want to be there. You want to be there and you want to meet them and you want to learn from them. And they're no different than you. And I mean that. I've never been on a leadership retreat where everyone just felt equal. It wasn't based off your title. It wasn't based on how many people are on your team. It truly was based off of the vision that we have for this company and where we're all going together, locking arms. And so I just wanted to open up the call, sharing a couple things from my heart. But most importantly, I think I'm so excited to get ready on this power hour, put our heads down and get going because we have work to do. If you have not heard, there is an upcoming leadership retreat, which is exciting. So for those of you running or want to be a part of this or have seen your upline leaders on these trips and you're like, I'm there, that is so doable from this point forward. Right now, they don't have a set date, but we have heard that it's going to be most likely at the end of April, beginning of May. We were told to go ahead and pencil in April 22nd weekend just to start putting that vision out there on our daily planner as a goal that we can all strive for. So somewhere around April 22nd, maybe that last weekend, plug in that you will be in the Riviera Maya in Mexico with your team. And I can't wait to meet so many people that show up on these power hours just within the company and the people that I have met on that next trip. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to keep it simple. I know last Tuesday I had mentioned that I was going to come on here and do some LinkedIn stuff. And while that stuff is great and while I'm still working that, what I wanted to do today is really get you guys into action on simple language that has been working. Now, on this retreat, we didn't really walk away with a lot of strategy. I will tell you, we actually walked away with a lot of heart, a lot of vision for what for what Ken and Jen are doing right now, which placed a lot of emphasis on where we want to be from this point up until hard launch, which we know at this point, we're not sure when that hard launch is going to be. We've heard early 2021, but that does give us a lot of time to map out where we want to be, where we want to go, and how to get there. Okay. One of the goals that I would really encourage you guys to do is set leader as your goal. Start with leader. And if you're not familiar with what leader is, go ahead and write down a big old circle on your paper and put me. Underneath that, put 2 more circles, and you can just put number 1 and then number 2. And then on the side of that, write down 2,500. All right. So this is a great goal to set for yourself if you're just getting started, right? Or maybe you've been working this business for a little bit and you're like so excited that you want to jumpstart your business. Try to go for leader and start there and not get overwhelmed by the process. But you guys, this is so doable and I can show you exactly why. Okay. Then from that point, that compounds and that would double, which would put you to senior leader, right? I think. Advanced leader. I'd have to look. There's some amazing graphics out there, but you're going from 2,500 to then 5,000, right? I think that's advanced leader. Then advanced leader goes to senior leader, which is 10,000 in volume. All right. And then when you double 10,000 in volume, that puts you at executive, which is 20,000. Now, I don't know for sure what the qualifications are going to be for this next trip, but I believe it's going to be executives and higher. I would imagine by that time, from what we saw on this retreat, I think there was about 100 and I want to say like 120 brand partners, and that doesn't count family and husbands that showed up. But there was such a very small group of women on this trip that qualified for this first one. And so we all recognize that coming out of this trip, our goal is to get as many of you there as possible to the next one. And we want to try to keep that simple. And so I think it's really good to have a visual board of where you're going, recognizing what your title is today and even what that means and how that's associated to team organizational volume, and then what that next step would be. I know Christy Belliston on Team Unity does a really good training on rep to leader. I know for me personally on my team, I would love to be able to teach that. It's very simple. It follows a lot of the concepts of what I just said, you know, recognizing what that title is, knowing how many people you would need direct to you, and then that's tied also to organizational volume, okay? I have tons of notes, not so much strategy, but I probably took 10 pages of inspiring notes from our founders, from Rhonda, our merchandiser in the company, from our founders in the company, some of the more inspiring things that they said. But I'd have to tell you, one of the things that probably spoke to me the most is that is that we're supposed to run like there's no tomorrow. The urgency, the sense of urgency and passion and love that is coming from this company right now has got so many of us on fire, which is energetic. You'll probably start to see that coming from everyone. It exudes energy, it exudes magnetism, so that, you know, I really hope I start to attract people just in the way that I posture myself. I think the confidence speaks for itself. It's by no surprise that people are, you know, just going like this in their business because they're on fire for what we have to offer. Ken told us last night on a meeting that he said, what you really want to start focusing on are 90-day goals. 90-day goals. And I believe it. I think if you can bite off a short-term goal, which is easy and doable, write down on your paper right now a 90-day goal of where you would love to be by the end of March. Not to say that you're not going to start now. In fact, he actually told us to. He said, whatever momentum that you build from this point forward will catapult you into January, which is where you want to be strong and have a lot of seeds planted, and let those start to harvest and come to fruition into that first quarter into 2021. All right. So be very excited that what we're doing today is going to compound and turn into something yet at the end of this month. So if you want to add business partners and brand partners, that's so available to you simply by sharing this vision, sharing your love and passion. And it's really nothing more than that. And maybe some really great language that you can grasp onto, and take that language and keep sharing it over and over and over again. and then plugging people into a system, which I'm going to show you a simple little system that I've been using and actually have tweaked since I've come back to the trip. And that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to overthink this. I'm going to take these language examples that I'm going to share with you this morning, and I'm running. And I'm going to run as hard as possible, working morning until night, as long as my busy life allows, because I'm at home doing e-learning with my children, husband that works a lot of hours, and I'm here by myself trying to balance it all. And so I just encourage all of you to find pockets of time. These power hours are wonderful. You can find that schedule on the Dream Team page underneath announcements. Not only have the founders put extra power hours together so that you can plug into those, but we do have a set schedule for those as well. All right, let me see if there's anything else I want to share with you. Let's see. Well, I could say a million things, but I think what I'm going to do is start with a discovery video that Chrissy Bellison had created some time ago. I know that she's updated it as of November 20th. And so I'm going to make that link available in the chat for those of you that are watching this replay. I will give that to Courtney so she can share that opportunity video with you. There's also tons of other opportunity videos that our leaders have done that I think are great. The reason I love this one so much is it's only 12 minutes. All right, it's like a sizzle video. I feel like it tells them exactly what they need to know. If you're visual like me, like I think a lot of people are visual people. Christy does a really good job at sharing slide decks. All right, so as you're hearing her speak, which her passion exudes, she also has this slide deck that they visually can see so they can understand the timing and urgency of what we have in our hands. And they visually can see what's available to them as well in the enrollment packs, because she does address that as well, okay? In that video, what you're gonna find is that she walks you through really the vision, and then she walks you through the enrollment packs. And at the very end, she asks your prospect to choose one of three options. Option number one is, do you wanna be a customer? Do you see yourself being a customer? Option number two, would you like some extra income, where you could refer friends and get rewarded for wearing and sharing? Option number three, would you like significant income that would bring you time freedom, financial freedom, flexibility, life-changing income that could help you go from, plan A to plan B, point A to point B, pivotal stuff. We're talking retirement, bringing husbands home. That's a huge goal of mine. Get them out of the rat race of corporate America, right? Bigger visions, significant income to give back to organizations closest to your heart. Retirement funds, those kind of things, okay? So I will be dropping that video below, like I said, in the chat. Then I'm gonna have to get my screen up here. Let's see. Then the other thing that I have is some great language. Let me pop that up here. All right. Get my notes up here. All right. So the language that I have, I've gotten a little bit more bold with my language, and that's only because I initially started this very fluffy, the fluffy stuff, let's warm them up to the punch, right? Some of the stuff that I'm going to share with you exudes confidence. It exudes that boldness. It exudes the power position that you have, in that you are so confident in what we have to share, and you understand the sense of urgency and timing around what we have to offer, that it would almost be silly not to take a look. Where before my language, I would actually say, would you be open to taking a look? For the next 2 weeks, I'm going to test the waters, and I'm actually just going to drop the video. And I'm going to ask them, I'm going to use some language like, tell me, are you option number one, number two, or number three? So when I ask that question, they're going to be like, what does she mean? Option one, two, or three, which is going to mean that hopefully it would prompt them to watch that video. Okay. I also am going to share with you some language that is wonderful for leaders that are in the online space. Leaders that have been around doing this for some time. Some of those leaders might be in this industry. They might understand the network marketing model and understand how it works. There's others that are influences that are out on Instagram, Facebook, other social media platforms that you can just tell by their ease of being there, that they're confident in being there, and you can tell that they've built a significant business. And that might even be a coaching business. That might be, like I said, what we do here in network marketing. It could be multiple things, but it could be personal trainers or coaches out there doing programs, but they're very comfortable in front of a camera, very comfortable wearing a sports bra and leggings on social media. So I want to speak to that kind of language as well. So I do have particular language for those people that I'll be using and sharing today. And then I also have some really good language for following up with people as well. So if you're sitting here like, okay, Mel, I think I would love to make it a goal of mine to take all of the seeds that I planted up to this point, and I need to follow up with those people. Maybe that could be a really good goal for you for the next 2 to 3 weeks of this month. I don't even know, what is the 14th, 15th? So we have half the month in front of us. Maybe your goal is just to get so laser focused on follow-ups. Okay, so we're going to have some of that language today. All right, so that's what I'm going to start off with. So since I am recording, I am going to read these out loud so people can hear. Again, I can share some of this language in the chat, and then we're going to put our head down and we're going to get to work. All right, so the first piece of language, initial reach out, is going to be, hey, Amy, I have my business hat on today, which I do. I have my business hat on today, and I want to have a conversation with you about joining my team. I know that seems really bold, but I honestly have been wanting to talk to you for some time since I started back in June. Just didn't know how to go about it because I could see, and then you would insert something they have been busy with. I can see that you have been working a lot of hours in the hospital setting, and I can see your kids are at home e-learning, and I know that's a lot for you. And then I'm going to say, I want you to look into this with me. Are you open to that conversation? Can we go there? That particular language, I'm not going to quite share the video yet. I actually want to see if they're even engaged at all. Okay. Second language that I'm going to share with you guys in the chat would be, hey, Amy, insert some fun touchback language. I have been doing this recruiting thing long enough to know what to look for, and I know the kind of people who do well in this business. You are the kind of person that would excel at this, and this is why. And in those parentheses, this is where you can tell them why. You could say something like, you care about people, you are fun, you love to wear workout clothes, you are a natural born leader, people love and follow you. You love to have a great time. You have a great social media presence and people are drawn to you, those kind of examples. The next thing I would say is I want to have an honest conversation about what this looks like. The next thing I'm going to say is take a quick look at this video and let me know if this intrigues you. I'm going to drop that video. I'm just going to leave it. I usually follow that with a question, but this time I'm not going to. I'm going to trust the power of the video enough to be positioned in a way that I'm going to trust they'll get back to me. And if they don't, I can always use some great follow-up language here in a couple days. Third example of some initial reach out language would be, hey, Kim, listen, I have a question for you. Could you watch this quick video that really captures the essence of this new company I love and tell me if you think this might be something that would interest you? Drop the video. Fourth example, hey, Stacy, I wanted to reach out to you because I know you built an impressive network. Name their city. I know you've built an impressive network in Chicago. I respect you and wanted to run something by you. I'm building a new business that is expanding in Chicago, and I was wondering if you could watch this quick video that really captures the essence of this business that I love. And then tell me if you think this might be something that interests you or someone you know. Your help would be greatly appreciated. So it's coming more in with that referral type approach within hopes, they could possibly see that vision too. I'm going to go ahead and drop those in the chat right now, and then I'll go ahead and go to the next example of some language I plan to use as well. And I tell you, I'm just going to focus on this language. I'm really not going to overthink this. The next example that I'm going to share are leaders in the online space. The next one I'm going to share is, hey, Casey, I hope you're doing well. Listen, I can see you're a leader in this online space, and I know you understand how powerful timing can be when coupled with simplicity. That being said, I have an opportunity I think you need to take a look at that aligns well with what you are already doing. Are you open to diversifying your brand? This is someone that I'm not going to drop that video, that sizzle video quite yet. I just kind of want to feel them out a little bit just to see where they're at. This next one is, got a lot of good stuff for you. Hey, Jill, just wanted to share something I think you need to take a look at that may align well with what you're already doing. Just simple, just one little sentence. Take a quick look at this video and let me know if it intrigues you. One of my dear friends, power partner, someone here in Indianapolis that was also on this trip, Erin Nakush, she's on here, I think, this morning. One of my business partners, Marcy Yoakum, was on the trip with me, who earned the trip. Congratulations to those ladies as well. We were on the airplane together from the moment we left Mexico until the moment we're landing here in Indianapolis. We were thinking of so many things that we could be saying right now, but we all agreed that simple's better, and give them the sizzle in the video and try to get those reach outs going as soon as possible, making it a goal of at least 10 a day if you can. Good morning, Erin. And the last one that I'm going to drop here today is follow up with industry people. All right. This one is, hey, Erin, since we last talked, Savvy has only grown bigger and I want you to be here with me. I think it's important to tell people that, like, I want you to be here with me. And you could say whatever you want to say. I'm going to say some stuff about Cabo, some of the vision that I saw, and most likely we'll deliver it through audio. But I'm going to say, since we last talked, Savvy has only grown bigger and I want you here with me. You only get the opportunity to be first once, and someone in your network will join this, and you will kick yourself for this, girl. You know the power of this industry and understand how powerful timing can be when coupled with simplicity. And with your skill set, you could completely blow this out of the water here, which is exactly why I'm following up with you. Take a quick view at this, or take a quick look at this video and let me know if it intrigues you. I'm going to drop that language as well. Let me just fix a typo here. Actually, the language I tweaked here, I said, take a quick look at this new video and let me know if it intrigues you, especially if you have already invited someone to a live opportunity call. Maybe you've already dropped a link before, had no response. There's nothing wrong with, going back to those people and really creating a sense of urgency of what we have here, knowing that our hard launch is coming in early 2021. It's very important people understand that. I think it's even important for us to understand just truly what that can mean, because what they can do today, joining in December, I know for some people is a huge obstacle, maybe an objection for some. You might be getting the timing is not right, and I don't have the money, which are all legit reasons not to want to do a business, right? But like Matt Marl told us on this retreat, is that if you're a true visionary and you're looking for something to change your life, $500 is nothing if you trust a process, if you trust the person bringing it to you, if you trust the company that they can take you where you're wanting to go, $500 can be recouped in your first month. And we need to make it our job to show them how to do that. Through our first order bonuses alone, they could recoup that, right? So make that another goal of yours, is that as you're going through this language and as people say, sure, I'll watch a video. And if you get the money objection and they say, I just can't afford that, because they're going to see the kits in that video, and $9.99 might seem extremely uncomfortable. And I get that. I feel that right now, having to pay for Christmas and the bills that we have. I get that. But be so confident, you guys, in what we have to offer, and show them. I mean, I can count faces, number of faces on this call right now. I can tell you they were so extremely uncomfortable to purchase that kit. And yet they drove hard. They're driving. Kat Wesley, I love shouting her out. She inspires me so much. She's my girl. Hit customer pull in November. Shared with our team how she did it. And she said it was nothing magical. I'm not doing anything more than what you're doing. I just grabbed a couple pieces in the app and I shared it with people and shared my share code. I think it was a Karma Brawl that really got her going. All right. She got so many customers. I think a total of 27 customers. That's insane. So congratulations, Kat, for that. You've inspired me. I think I might have 7 customers total. Total. I'm more in this for recruiting, but I'm like, no, I need to get clothing on people, have them believe in a beautiful sports bra, and then follow up with some of this language in a video, right? All right, so that's what I'm going to leave you with. I'll go back to the chat. I'll see if there's any questions. Don't be shy. Please do not be shy. I won't call you out, but I certainly will address your question. And let's do this. Let's rock this for the next 40 minutes. Leslie, you have a really good question. She asked in the chat, I know everyone has a different thought process about mentioning the name Savvy in their initial reach out. Do you mention the name or hold off until the next conversation? If anyone has an answer to that, could you drop it in the chat? I think we all do things differently. I personally am being more mysterious. I'm kind of letting my social media speak for itself. I'm trying to just get so good, like so much better storytelling and less salesy. You want to create mystery. It's almost like you just want to get that curiosity going. So they ask questions. And like, I love what JJ Stark always says. She says, just give them short answers, like little micro answers when they ask questions too. And let your third party validation tools speak for themselves. Because how you do business is how they will do business. Meaning that if you plug them into simple systems and don't be the expert, they can see themselves doing that too. Anyone else have feedback on that and can drop that in the chat for us? Or any other great advice? I would love to learn from you. Also, if that video is new to you, before you start sharing it, you might want to watch it. It's only 12 minutes. Maybe take 12 minutes right now, watch that so that if they do come back to you with a question, you'll be familiar with what you shared. The ladies have some great stuff in the chat if you haven't seen that, but I think a lot of people are saying creating mystery helps to generate conversation. You never want to share so much that they don't come back to you or the conversation ends. Also keep it open-ended. I have to remind myself of this too. And keeping it open-ended too, get really good at asking questions and ask bold ones too. Like, listen, I do a lot of the emoticon, the finger up, and I do this. I'm like, I'll say something like, and I make it funny. I just do like the finger, like you probably are super busy like I am, but did you have a chance to watch that video? And I might even say that, like a finger is enough to, they're probably going to go, gosh, why is she doing that finger? And then say the audio after it. And in the audio, again, I always bring my humor, I bring my personality, I bring my realness. You know, I get it. We need three heads to actually function these days to get through all the things, all the titles we hold, all the hats we wear. I get it. Dana, your comment came directly to me. If you want to repost what you said, so everybody can see that, but it says, if they do ask, what is it? I always respond, it's Savvy. Have you heard of it? Not many people have. I love that. Simone, thank you for sharing that. Unlearning all previous MLM and keeping it simple and real. Okay, so last night I sat down and combed through all my language. I've been doing this for 7.5 years. Notes app is my best friend in my phone. And I have been taking notes on language for years. And I go back to my original language and I just barf reading it. I'm like, like, no, I can't even believe I used to share that kind of stuff. Gross. I wouldn't have even joined me. Some of those people did. They probably just did because they saw the vision. It's like they always say you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. Yeah. So, wow, it's just night and day. Like, I actually deleted all those notes. It was very freeing. But keep it short and simple and to the point and be so bold that they'd be crazy not to join you. I mean, it'd be so bold that don't be so scared of that. Like, who cares? I do not even care. I'm telling you right now, if you want to be in Mexico with me, you will watch this video. And if you don't, then I'll come back to you next week and ask you again. Oftentimes I tell myself, they're just busy. I get it. They're so busy. They're busy, just as busy as we all are. Busy, 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 busy. Everybody uses busy. But you know what? Your life won't be so busy if you can change that and give yourself time freedom. I can promise you that. If you're working 3 to 4 jobs right now to make your ends meet, try one on your own terms with no boss. Let me teach you that one. That's a fun one. That's a fun one. Yes, I love that. Get that app out. I don't know if you're an iPhone person, Galaxy or whatever, but I think they all have an app. I know iPhone does have the Notes app, and I I put all my language there, so it's at my fingertips. And I've actually condensed everything I've learned from all these amazing leaders in this company to probably 10 different ways of saying things. I have some great stuff for boutique owners, gym owners. I mean, I've got different scenarios for different things, including objection language, which I'm going to go get that real quick. Hang on just a second. I got great objection language for money because that's a big one this month. Let me go get it. All right, this is total chicken scratch, just saying. I do not take credit for any of this. I did a Lauren Sandagate Power Hour, which I love on Wednesday mornings. If you have not been on her Power Hours, she's incredible, but this is just my chicken scratch right here. You can copy and paste it and tweak it, but these are just some things that she throws out there when she's talking to people. I'll read it because I know this is being recorded, but what it says here is if somebody comes back and says they don't have the money, she says, why don't you do this? Go talk to a couple of your friends and invite them to take a look at this with you. Go test the water. I love that. Go test the water in the market. Go to who would support you and let them know this is amazing. Another one, that I think about and I've been using is show them how to make their money back. Show them how this is accessible to everybody. So really understanding the bonuses that are available to you through the first order bonuses just by recruitments alone. $100 when people join you on the $4.99. You get a $100 bonus. You get a $200 bonus when people join you on the $9.99 pack. You get a $50 bonus if people join you on the $249. You guys, listen, here's the deal. If they don't have the money, it's okay. Just get them where they're comfortable. If $249 is all they can do, if 99 bucks is all they can do just to get the business turned on, they're getting nothing for that, but they can get it turned on and start making money, then show them how to do that. All right. And don't make them feel bad. Like, I get it. Like $9.99 is probably the biggest savings, but some people can't do that right now. Another thing this note says as well, here's the deal. When do you think you'll have the money? I think this is a really good one. We had one of the girls join our team who literally did not have the money, but she waits tables. Kat, this is your girl, Kaylin, and she really saw the vision so clearly that she knew she was going to be here. She pretty much could manifest that into reality. And she did, and made it a point that as she was waiting tables, she knew she needed to come up with 500 bucks, picked up shifts, made it happen, and she's on our team. No excuses. So you cannot say the wrong thing to the right person. Just show them how to get there. I love this. Do you want this? Like, ask them, do you want this? Okay, so let me show you how to do this. People will make it happen if they want it. Elizabeth, I love that. Wow. Gosh, talk about confidence booster, right? I think we live with so much fear of what people are going to think. And then we go and do it and we post ourselves on social media, and then the outpouring of love. It is emotional. I'm still crying. I just help people see with the community. That's my biggest thing. The fun, the community, you know, that alone, if I made no money, that alone would just be why I do what I do. You know, obviously I got to pay bills, but it's not my driving force. My driving force is really just helping people see the vision. Leslie, your objection from a few different peoples, they don't have a large network. They would not be good at this because they aren't seeing people because of the pandemic, or they don't have many friends or contacts. You know, I get that. There are some people that are not on social media, and I do think that that can come with some training. Building that social media presence for sure has taken a lot of people some time to get there, but I'm old school too, and I'm all for text messaging people. I also believe you can build an incredible business off social media. But in this case, as far as a large network, most people that I know that are women are wearing athleisure wear. And it really is an easy conversation to open up. Even like my bus, we're called the bus stop moms. And this year alone, we would all meet at the bus stop and they all had this stuff on. And I started upping my game, making sure I was always wearing savvy. That's another thing, really wearing and sharing. It's really as simple as that. And it will expand your network simply by having cool stuff on. People notice it. You connect with them. Share your phone number. I wouldn't overthink it at all. I do believe that networks are built simply by sharing. This is something you love, right? Super excited about all the upcoming logos and the logo placements that are coming, the beautiful logos on everything. It just is elevating our brand. People will start to notice when it is no longer an Athleta logo or a Lululemon logo that you're wearing. They're starting to notice the Savvy logo. It will open up conversation for sure. Sonia says the biggest objection she's getting is I don't have any extra time, or I can't add anything else to my plate. I love this language. Well, what if I could show you how I'm doing this in, 30 minutes a day? Would you be open to seeing how I do that? and just meet them where they're at. I always say, I get busy. I totally understand busy. Let me show you how I'm doing this. Or ask the question, how much time do you think it takes to be successful at this? Some people think like you have to work this full time. Like that's not how this works at all. In fact, a lot of full-time people are doing this very successfully in small pockets of time. You just have to get really good and disciplined at calendaring what you need to be doing for the business, which is a whole nother power hour. Oh, I love all these comments, you guys. This is incredible. Reading comments like this is exactly the conversations that were being had on the retreat, which is why none of us wanted to leave, which is why we felt like we had new best friends. So relatable. I love this. You guys, I know we don't have much time. I know we have what, 9 more minutes. But I just really encourage you to be bold. Believe in yourself for the first time. If this is the first time ever believing in yourself, believe so much in yourself that you know you have a gift to give. And if you didn't give it because of your fear, you're doing a disservice to someone. I had a mentor tell me a long time ago, like I'll just use my coffee mug as an example as the gift, because it is my gift right now, is that I have a gift and it's got a beautiful red bow on it, right? And I can hand that over to somebody. And that person may be like, you, my God, you gave me a gift. Thank you so much. And they're like, oh, and they're so excited about what's in it, right? And they open it and they may do nothing with it, but they appreciate you for giving them a gift. Some might take that gift and run with it and it could be, life-changing. Other people may never open your gift and sit it down and maybe later come back and look at that gift and think, wow, I'm seeing what Melanie's doing. There must be something in there. And they open the gift. And 6 months later, they join you. So just remember, think of your language coming from the perspective of you're giving them a gift. It's up to them if they open it. And it's certainly up to them if they join you. And it's even more about what they do with it after they open it and join you. And do not feel bad about that. It is so important you understand that. If they do nothing with this business after they join you, that has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. Because everything they need to be successful here is available to them. And our job is just to lead them to it. Because it's simple, you guys. It's so simple. So do not overthink this and lead with such confidence that you know you could change people's lives. I'm seeing lives being changed. They're on this call right now. That's the emotional part that I can't talk about too much or I start crying. Because I love you guys. So take that language, run with it, make it a goal. 10 people minimum. If you want to be on this retreat, I'm just going to say it. I know this might be really uncomfortable to hear, but you need to up your game and try to be more like, try to figure out that 10 to 15 range if you can a day and get so good at following up with people and asking really good questions and using the emoticon. Did you see that? And make it fun. Don't get all weirded out if they ghost you. Just keep it fun. Yes, Lori, 10 to 15. You said new, 10 to 15 new people a day. I know for some people, when people tell me that, I'm like, ugh. Sometimes I freeze and it's almost like analysis paralysis. Like, ugh. Some days I'm reaching out to honestly 2 people. Some days I'm reaching out to 30, no joke. It just depends on my like what's going on in here, to be honest. Create momentum. If you are doing 10 a day, then doing 15 a day is like the next step, right? So if I went and told a newbie to do like 15 a day, she'd be like, I'm out. I can't. Nope, sorry. For those of you that are doing this every day, I would say step it up. Oh, you guys are awesome. I love you too. Something fun too, and I want to share this before I get off the call, and I hope it inspires you, because it certainly inspires me. In my other company, there's a certain title that I wanted to hit, and I knew that I could not get there. At that time, I was working full time, 60 hours a week, and I worked in a pharmaceutical company, and I was really trying to figure out how I was going to make that work. But I knew that it had to be about my family too, and I had to get them on board with my goal. So, at that time, my kids were super, super tiny. And here in Indianapolis, or here in Indiana, we have a place called Holiday World. If you're familiar with it, Santa Claus, Indiana. And for my kids to get to go to an amusement park was a big deal. And I told them, when mommy hits this title, we get to go to Holiday World. And they were all about it. And we made it fun. Okay. And we got to go to Holiday World, and I did hit that goal. And I continued to hit more goals and had more fun things for the family. Right. Well, in this business, getting to be in Mexico and getting to see that Cabo trip and knowing that the Riviera Maya Mexico trip is coming up in the spring, I did a FaceTime with my husband. And I said, get the boys on the FaceTime. I want them to see this. I want them to see this. And I was in the lobby of that hotel, and they had this beautiful staircase you walk down, and it wrapped around, and it took you to the beautiful blue water in the pool. And then it took you through down into the beach. And then I took them all the way down into the water, and they visually could see all of that. And I told them, I said, you guys want to go to Mexico? Mommy, yes, I want to go to Mexico. I said, we're going to go to Mexico. So I need your help. Okay. So when mommy gets home from this trip, we're going to have a family meeting. And my husband and I are in the middle of talking about how things are going to shift around here, because I really need to get laser focused, because I got some big goals. But I said, if mommy can hit that goal, you guys want to go to Mexico with me? And they're like, yes. And so my husband and my boys will be on that trip to Mexico. And in all the years I've done a business in this space, I've never brought my family, including conventions. I just haven't. But what I did see was so many men on this retreat that were so supportive of their husbands and caught that vision too. And even if they had a taste of that vision before, they certainly now have the big vision even more, so that they can go out into the world and share this and partner alongside of their wives. And so that's what I wanted with my husband too. I want this to be just as rewarding for him, because one of my biggest goals is to get him out of the rat race of corporate America and allow him to do consulting work that he's really good at. So, and create his own business. And so this is a partnership, not only with your team, but with your family, with your husband. Have that conversation with them and let them know you're going to Mexico in April, with whether they go with you or not, but let them know where you're going, what that looks like, and what it's going to take. And when there's times when you have to go lock yourself in your bedroom closet, ask them not to bang on the door. I mean, for real, like for real, because mom is building a business. We're going to Mexico, and we're going to go to Holiday World a ton with our RV. So, so I'm going to leave you guys with that. Just be so crystal clear in your vision. Share that with the people that you love, and go for it. All right. All right. Well, have a great Tuesday, and love you guys. I'll see you next week.